Oh, hello. Today we're going to talk about new stuff. That's right. Even though Kill Team Hivestorm is going up for pre-order tomorrow, I've got some speculation to share about the next box, the box that comes after Hivestorm, in 3 months, because we live in a never-ending release cycle, right? So, partially this is based off, as always, sort of the scrapings that fall from Chapter Master Valrak's table. Now, he said all this stuff a while ago, and I am paraphrasing, okay? Chapter Master Valrak's mainly been obsessed with Space Marine 2 for the past, month and a half, so this is going back a little bit, and we've talked about them on Discord, and I've dropped them in little videos before, and I've mentioned them on the live stream, but this is the first time I'm kind of spelling it out to my audience. I know not everybody that watches me also watches Valrak, so for some people this may be the first time you're hearing this stuff. So he has said the following: the next box is going to be Rattlings and Ogrins together as a kill team, so like an Imperial Abhuman team, facing off against what he's described as armoured orcs on the ground. Now that little bit is a quote. He also has said he's rode back publicly on this season of flying things. I still see loads of people in Kill Team Discords going, oh, well, it's going to be Storm Boys. Oh, it's going to be Swooping Hawks. He specifically said Swooping Hawks are coming, but he now believes that to be a 40k release, not to do with Kill Team, and that he was wrong that Hivestorm was going to usher in a season of flying. That was only ever speculation from Valrak, and the problem is, the thing that Valrak thinks he's good at communicating, and one thing I really wish he'd been more clear about, maybe with some on-screen graphics or something, is when he's repeating rumours from his source versus when he is speculating. Okay, so a lot of people in our community, in the Kill Team community, have still got this idea fixed in their head that it's going to be a whole season of flying. And I am sure when this box that I'm talking about now, when box 2 of this new edition of Kill Team is released, there'll be people in comment sections going, oh, I thought everyone said it was going to be flying stuff. That's not been where the smart money's been for a while. The other really interesting thing Valrak said that nobody's been talking about is that he has said all the teams are going to be brand new sculpts for this edition. Sorry, I think he only committed to this season. But even so upgrade sprues, put those out of your mind. Apparently we're going for brand new sculpts. So let's dig into these ideas that we've heard, analyse them. So the first thing I want to talk about is Rattlings and Ogrins. So this is an interesting rumour. I wouldn't have thought that the Rattling and Ogrin boxes were crying out for replacement. They're old kits, but they are multi-part plastic kits. They don't look, I don't think, too bad. I mean, the Ogrins look a little bit derpy, but the Bulgrins that are in the same kit look quite nice. They're a little bit long in the tooth, I suppose. We have been sort of expecting Rattlings for a long while in the 40k universe in one way or the other, because we had this rumour engine posted in June 2023 with the pie and the cocktail shaker and the whole roast chicken inside what looks like an Imperial ammo crate. And, that really only links in with Rattlings, because they're basically seedy little space sniper hobbits that love, but they still have the hobbit thing of loving food and good times. The trouble is, I don't see how that fits in with Kill Team. It could be that we're going to start seeing, like we did in Season 2 and Season 3 of Kill Team, each Kill Team box coming out with its own narrative sprue, either alongside the core Volcus box, or, they're going to ship in a box with just 2 teams and a narrative sprue without the Volcus terrain being repeated. One thing that counts against that is if you look through the leaked pictures of the sprues, there doesn't appear to be in the Hivestorm box anything that would jump out to me as the piece of narrative terrain for that Hivestorm box that would then be taken out and replaced. If you think about the Into the Dark season, I think I'm right in saying all those boxes had a narrative sprue that was taken out and replaced in each box. Saying that, did the first box have? Did the Crew and Navy box have a narrative sprue? Yeah, did it have the little the barricades and things, didn't it? That they weren't repeated again. So, yeah, I can't see anything to indicate that that's the model this time, but nevertheless, some kind of terrain piece or marker is coming with these guys. I have to say, they seem, Ogrins and Ratlings both love eating, and if they come with a piece of plastic that's got whole roast chicken on it, they do seem a bit like a funny, memey joke. It reminds me of a Blood Bowl team. The mix of Ogrins and Ratlings. Like, I wonder if there'll be a ploy where an Ogrin can throw a Ratling. It'd be kind of funny and kind of silly. And kind of Warhammer, but kind of not modern Warhammer. I don't know. Kind of the Blood Bowl vibe, right? It also feels a little bit disappointing. Like, if the team is literally 5 Ratlings and 3 Ogrins, that's just a way of them going, well, we have more Imperial Guard releases than we can release alongside the Krieg with Imperial Guard. We don't want to take the focus off the Krieg in 40k. We'll do the new plastic Ratlings and Ogrins and the new plastic Tankbustas as kill teams. And then we'll when we come to do Krieg at Christmas, we can get that Krieg themed box out, and then do the main codex release in January, and not confuse the narrative with this non-Krieg stuff. Which just, I don't know. I don't mind them using kill team to just like get stuff out for 40k, but it does appear, if these rumours are all true, that that's really all we're getting with this edition. And it would be nice to get something else that was a bit more weird and off the wall. And you can argue that the Tempestus Aquilons are weird and off the wall, but they're just... I don't actually believe that they were designed first for Kill Team. I believe that they're probably a new unit they wanted to add to the Imperial Guard. Maybe that's just me being a pessimist. I'm also not totally sure that there's existing lore that supports these guys as a kill team. Obviously, they can write some lore, but I don't think there's any kind of narrative hook for the Abhumans working together. I don't know. Nevertheless, Valrak has... Let me know, by the way, I should say, in the comments, if there's if there's some established lore of, like, the two types of Abhuman, like, working together an awful lot. Let me know. Yeah, Valrak's usually right about stuff. Not 100%, but he's usually right about stuff, so I tend to believe it, even though I do have the reservations that I've kind of gone through with you. Now, the Orks are really what I wanted to talk about today, and I'm being really naughty, and I'm showing a picture from the actual leaks of the Kill Team core book, which I said I wouldn't do, but I'm just showing this one, because it's really, really fascinating, and it's got nothing to do with the rules. So, Valrak said armoured orcs on the ground, nothing else. But I think, and this is coming from me now, right? I think it's going to be Tankbustas. 1, it fits Valrak's rumour. 2, as was pointed out to me in one of my YouTube comments, Tankbustas feature on page 54 of the leaked Hivestorm core book, right? This guy in the back is very, very clearly a Tankbuster armed with exactly the same kind of weapon that this guy here has, right? This rocket pistol. And this guy at the front has a big satchel of grenades. And granted, the Tankbusters don't have a grenade guy, but they're going to have to diversify the team somewhat when they want to make them into a kill team, right? The current Tankbusters are a Citadel Finecast kit that I think is something that Games Workshop will be really keen to replace, because Games Workshop hates Finecast. Tankbusters canonically have the bomb squig, and with commandos rotating out of the range or out of classified play and becoming an unclassified team in a year, having a second Orky team come in that also has bomb squigs, one of the kind of most iconic things about Kill Team. It's just kind of cool. Like, in many ways, I think you could view these guys as Commandos 2.0. And they're already, for 40k, like a weirdly eclectic squad. So you've got the Knob with a rocket launcher that he's quite good at hitting with, and then you have a fellow with the 2 rocket pistols, and then you have a different fellow with this thing, which is the rocket hammer, which is like just one of the rockets just on a bit of metal, and he just runs up to something and mashes it, and the rocket explodes, which is amazing. And then 2 regular guys with rocket launchers. So there's already in the old kit that they'd be replacing, there's like quite a little bit of a diversity. You can kind of see it as a kill team. And then if they added in a grenadier, right, which is maybe this guy here, and some other bits and pieces, like I could actually see it making sense as a kill team, because you've got your leader, your guy with a rocket on a stick, your pistols guy, like there's 3 of your team. You've got a grenadier, there's 4, right? You've got bomb squig, right? And then you need to come up with a few other bits and pieces to make it kind of work. So I think Tankbustas is a decent shout. The only thing that counts against this idea is that I know there's no tanks to bust in Kill Team. There's no enemy tanks. Now, this could be a reimagining or a kind of a, we're going to make them as the new Tankbustas, but maybe they change the name to something else. Maybe they're going to call them Bunker Busters or Explosion Boys, or, they don't have to be totally married to the concept. Games Workshop haven't previously been afraid to push things forwards and develop things a little bit, but while still keeping them really clearly linked to what the Tankbustas were. This link here, this is clearly a picture of some Tankbustas. Just this rocket pistol is just so this rocket pistol, and yet you can also see that it has been redeveloped. It's got this blast shield idea. The grenade guy's got this kind of hat with the goggles. You can see that they are inspired by these really old miniatures, but they're not recreations. They're not drawing. They're clearly drawing something else, right, that I would say that exists. So that's why I really do think we're going to get Tankbustas for Kill Team. And actually, that's basically all I wanted to say. So it's a really short video today. I'm quite tired. I've been trying to keep up with a video every single day, and I thought I'd just knock this one out today, as it would be a little bit easier to do. The Tankbusters seem plausible to you? It's just something that I'd kind of been wobbling about it in some comments to people. I wanted to just put a video out there, so I point to it and go, look, did the new stuff video, talked about my prediction of Tankbusters, wanted to just throw that out there, so it was there with all the logic and all the reasoning, so let's put that out there. Another side conversation I wanted to try to have in this video was, what do you think is going to happen with terrain in the future boxes? It seems to me pretty unclear how it's going to go. We have pretty solidly been told that Volcus is the new kill zone for this season, so I don't think we're going to get anything analogous to Kill Team Season 1, where it's totally different terrain in a series of big boxes. It seems at the moment to be a toss-up as to whether after this first box we're going to go into like a Season 2 scenario, where they continually repack the new teams with Volcus, and they're selling us the same Volcus kill zone over and over again, which would be kind of cool for people who have aspirations of playing 40k or 30k, because about 2.5 sets of Volcus will give you the perfect amount of terrain for a 40k or a 30k table, and you'll be able to pick it up at a pretty decent price compared to what 40k terrain usually costs. But for those of you that are only interested in that are only interested in Kill Team, you've got the problem of, why is all this Volcus terrain stacking up in my house? I don't need it. I only need one set, right? It kind of solves the problem of how do we get... We've been talking recently on the Discord about how I think everybody should adopt Volcus, and people are like, no, we want to keep playing on our Arctarius terrain, and it may not quite work. I'll do a video on that topic later on, but dumping out loads of Volcus and making it hit the secondary market for quite cheap is a way of Games Workshop to get everyone to adopt the new kill zone. So I lean towards they might do that, but they could always go down the road of... small boxes, like Season 3 style boxes for the last 4 boxes in this season. And how might that fit in with narrative terrain? Open question. Let me know in the comments. I will say I am keenly aware of the deep kind of irony, and it's almost a little bit of a, with this little picture on the thumbnail and on this last slide, I'm poking a little bit of fun at myself for doing this, and a little bit of fun of that YouTube thing of like, we've had the hype for the first thing, so before we've even ordered and bought and enjoyed the first thing, now we're instantly going to start really talking about and wishing for the next thing. And it's not really what I want to foster. It was just an idea for a slightly silly quick video that I could do, but I do think it's interesting for people. But I am going to... The thing is, I wanted to make this video, and you could say, well, couldn't you have just sat on it and made it in like a couple of months' time when the hype had died down for the box? We were waiting for new hype, and like I could have done, but I'm keenly aware that whether they drop this weekend or next weekend, at some point I'm going to get 33 faction videos to make. So I've only got a limited window to make little nuanced, sillier videos about different stuff. So this is that. If you are pre-ordering Hivestorm, please try and remember my Element Games link. That would really help me out. If everybody that buys Hivestorm in the UK that subscribes to my channel uses my affiliate link, that'll be a non-trivial amount of money for me, and you can then, use ad blocker with my blessing without being a paid member. Any of this stuff is like, yes, you've done your part. You can feel good about that. Thank you for doing your part. Thank you to all the people who've the channel's really, obviously with the new edition, the channel's really doing really well. So thank you for all the people who are subscribed, who've told their friends about me, who tuned into the live stream on Wednesday. That was a really epic live stream. If you want to see the videos back of the live streams, that does require you to be a channel member. It's that's the one bit of paywalled content. So you've got the video on demands of all the live streams. That's hours and 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 hours of content that you can enjoy if you're a paid up member as well. Alright, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you're not in the Discord, please join the Discord. Do all those things, and I wish you a very good evening, and I don't think you'll need it, but best of luck if you're pre-ordering Hivestorm tomorrow. I genuinely hope that every single person that wants a copy for Kill Team is going to get a copy of Kill Team for Kill Team. 40k players, stay asleep, forget to set your alarms. You don't need us rain, it's fine, go back to bed. Alright, see you guys, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye, goodbye, bye.